During times like this, there is not much to do in crypto unless you are a seasoned technical analyst, so you can trade no matter what the market is doing, and especially on the lower time frames. Maybe you are not aware about this, but there are quite a lot of people employing other tools to generate some passive income, no matter in what market condition we are finding ourselves in crypto. One of these tools is a DCA bot, or dollar cost average bot. And the most popular out there, it's of course 3commas. In this video, I'll show you how to configure a basic DCA bot that doesn't require too much attention or too much involvement or adjustments based on TA. So this fits very well for beginners. Hey friends, welcome back to Blockchainify. My name is Petru, and today I'll show you a very simple and straightforward way you can start using the 3commas DCA bot. Please remember that nothing I say in this video is financial advice. Before I dive in, please allow me to thank you for all the support you offer me, guys, by liking, commenting and subscribing to my channel. I'm really grateful to you for that. Now let's dive in. Because this video is for beginners especially, I will start from the very beginning. So what is DCA? First and foremost, DCA stands for dollar cost averaging or average. Now, what is a DCA bot doing actually? As the name implies, this bot, after opening a position for you based on your criteria, it will continue dollar cost averaging based on your settings. So the first thing you need to be aware about is base order. This is the first order you place, and you can have different conditions for this. You can start it as soon as possible when you start the bot, or you can have it triggered by a condition or by a signal as well. Let's say that you are using ASAP, and when you start the bot, you will just buy an amount of coins, right? For this, you will have a precondition of taking profit. So you will have here TP from taking profit. And now comes the quite ingenious approach of 3commas. And here we have the safety orders, they are called. So when you set this bot up, you will set at what levels it should buy more tokens with the goal to reduce the average price of all your tokens and to get lower the take profit. Because if you lower your entry price, then your take profit will go much lower as well. In this case, I have safety order number 1, safety order number 2, safety order number 3, and so on, right? You choose this condition. I'll show you what I think is most reasonable as basic starting point. So this is how they work. Now, the more orders there are filled, the lower the bounce back it will need to be for you to take profits, because you want to take advantage of this. You want to take advantage of the fluctuations in the market and to make money on that. So let's say that you fill all these orders right here. Then the take profit, instead of being there, it could be somewhere around here. So if the price will bounce from here, it doesn't need to reach all the way up to this level right here, but here. And after it takes profit, then it will start again a new deal based on your starting condition. Now, this is my understanding of these bots. If you still have any questions about this, and if you think this was not clear enough, please let me know in the comments below, and I will try to make a new video dedicated only for this and try to explain even better. Hoping that you understood the principle of this, now we go to 3commas. If you just want to try this out, you have an option to use the free plan. Right now, at the moment, I'm testing this and I'm using the free plan, but I think very soon I will buy a subscription because of course there are much more advantages with the subscription. Now, let me tell you why the free plan is quite decent to try it out, but at the same time, it's limited. As you can see, the free plan has one active smart trade, one DCA bot, so you can have only one DCA bot, one grid bot, one options bot, and unlimited scalper terminal. Now, the next level right here, the starter, this is in a way not useful at all. This is not good. What you need to run this strategy efficiently would be actually this right here, the advanced plan, because you will have unlimited DCA bots. This is what you want, right? Because you want to have a DCA bot for every pair, so you can customize it and tailor it for every pair. This one is more expensive, and actually what you get here, it's more grid bots, unlimited grid bots and unlimited option bots. But if you don't use these tools right here, then the advanced plan, it's more than enough. And you can see here, you can get it at a huge discount if you buy it for the entire year, because you save 50% of this. If you are considering doing that, you can definitely find the link in the description if you want to use it. No problem if you don't do it, of course. All right, that being said, what do you need to do here? As you can see already, you see this area right here, trading bots and the DCA bot, right? And what you need to do is click here on this plus sign. Just click on this plus and you will end up here. Just choose the advanced mode. The wizard will take you through all the steps. But if you are watching this tutorial, we will need to use the advanced one. This is what I usually use. And I will click on create a new DCA bot. Here you have a name for it. Let's say in my case, I want to use it for Luna, Longbot. And in my case, by the way, I'm using KuCoin. And one of the biggest advantages why I pick up KuCoin over Binance or other exchanges is because on KuCoin, the lower limit for the base order and for safety orders is much lower. You can have it as low as $1.5 or something like that, even $1 in some situations. Depends on what coin you want to have on that bot. So that's why I prefer KuCoin, because it is much better for smaller accounts. So you can run more bots instead of running just one bot. Because on Binance, for example, the minimum base order size is $10. So you cannot go beneath that. And in that case, if you have many safety orders, then you will end up locking up quite a big amount of money. So that's why I like more KuCoin for this purpose. And in general, actually, I like more KuCoin, to be honest. It is no doubt my favorite centralized crypto exchange. All right, here you choose the exchange. If you are not connected already, go to my exchanges and connect to your exchange. I will make another video only with how you can connect to the API to different exchanges. But it's quite straightforward. Just go there and follow the steps. Here you have another option. You can choose single pair. That means that you can have only one pair, BTC or Luna or Atom or whatever, or multi-pair. And this is the reason why I did not buy a 3commas subscription yet, because it allows me to run more bots for more pairs with the same settings. The trick with this is that you need to backtest a bit and find some settings that are yielding quite similar results or close results with those pairs, because it doesn't really make sense to match Luna with Bitcoin, for example, because the take profit will vary a lot, will give you very different results. So that's why it's very important to be sure that the coins you choose are giving you the same expected returns. I will make another video about this, how you can backtest using some indicators. Stay tuned for that, because there are coming a lot of 3commas videos. So in this case, I will use single pair, but it works in the same way. But there is also another key difference, because here, if I scroll down a bit, you have this deal start condition, and here you have more options to choose from. And you have here, let's say for the most basic settings, I want to use this, open new trade ASAP. This is what I want to use, right? You don't have this condition if you are using multi-pair, because if you go here, there is not. And you can see you have only trading view, QFL, manually bought, and trading view custom signal. So in this case, to go around that, if you use this trading view 1 minute buy, it's almost the same as ASAP. Maybe it takes 1 minute or something, or a few minutes, but it will start as soon as possible. I wanted to mention that before I go to the next settings, because I want to keep this to single pair. And like I said, I want to use Luna for these settings, and I will use Luna USDT. All right, after I chose this, you can see here the base order size. I think this is the minimum that you can have. You can have even $1, right? That's the beauty of using KuCoin for this endeavor. So here you can use your base order size depending on your bankroll, of course. You can have it as much as possible. In my case, I am testing with $1.5, so I can run multiple bots or the same multi-pair bot with more coins, right? Now, here in this area, profit currency, you can choose what coin you want to take your profits on. In quote, which is the stable coin USDT, or base in Luna, in the coin you are trading with. So I think this is quite interesting as well. And if you want to keep it simple, you can use USDT. This is the simplest way to do it. Just keep it simple using USDT. And when you get enough profits in USDT, you can just open a new bot when you have enough funds to run a new bot, right? Let's say you are using $200 or $100, but yeah, let's say $200 for every bot. Then when you generated $200, then you can start a new bot, right? Or add a new pair. But what I actually like to do It's actually to take profits in the base coin for market conditions like right now. Right now, we don't know what's going to happen. It's not bullish, right? So in a way, we are kind of in an accumulation zone or bear market, you might call it, right? And I want to take profits now in these tokens because I can buy more of them, right? Because they are cheaper. And later on, when we will run again in another bull market, then I can sell these tokens and I can take profits on them, right? So I think this is the smarter approach. If you think I'm wrong about this, please leave me a comment and tell me why you think I am wrong. Yes, like I said, if you want to keep it simple, USDT. When we are in a bullish market, I want to take profits in USDT so I can run more bots. And when we are in a bearish market or in a sideways market, I want to take profits using the base token so I can sell it when it pushes to new all-time highs or previous all-time highs. Okay, now start order type. For me, using so little amount of money, I definitely use market. And something else important to understand is that if you use limit orders, that might happen to take a while to get filled. Of course, if you have much larger amounts of funds, because just few dollars won't make a difference, right? But I want to use market for this reason, because first and foremost, the order size is very small. And second one, I just want to make sure that the order will be placed and bought exactly when I want it to happen. And the third thing important right here is that on KuCoin, there is no difference for fees between market orders and limit orders. So you have 0.08 for both market and limit. Usually it's 0.1, but if you have some KuCoin token on your trading account, you can get a 20% discount and you end up with 0.08%. So this is the reasoning behind why I use market here, because I've seen some people using limit, but sometimes, like I said, it might take a while for those orders to fill. And especially when you don't play with funds that can move the market, doesn't really make any sense actually to use limit unless the fees are making a huge difference. Like for example, on FTX, if I'm not mistaken, there is a huge gap between the taker fee and the maker fee. So if you are using market orders, you are paying much more than using limit orders. It's not the case on KuCoin. So for this reason, just market is the best in my opinion. All right, like I said, this right here, it's pretty decent. But like I said, because we don't run a multi-pair here, we can use also this open new trade ASAP. And that means that when you start the bot, it will automatically place this base order. And after it takes profits, it will start a new order again. So very simple, very straightforward. Take profit. Now there are different approaches to this. You can try to do some arbitrary take profit, but best is actually to backtest and see what is a good number to use right here. There are some people saying that between 1 and 3% is very good. I found out that actually you can optimize it to get it even better. And after my tests, I found that actually 6.5 would be the best for what I want to achieve with this bot right here. So I will use a higher take profit. Now the reasoning behind some people are saying that it's good to have it very low is that you want to get in and out of the trades as soon as possible. But if you have the chance to backtest for more than half a year and see the data telling you that actually if you use 6.5 instead of 3, you can earn double than that, why should you not try to do it, right? Of course, you need to have in mind the market conditions and everything, but actually if I'm looking 6 months back, we had a bullish market in the late fall, and after that the bear market, or the downfall started in November, right? So we are in very uncertain times and don't know what's happening, going sideways and lower, right? So this period covers quite more of these situations, and if I can get this improvement, I will definitely go for it. And not only that, you will also end up paying less fees, of course, because you have less trades. If you have higher take profit, then it will take longer to take profit, right? So you need to have more patience. So it's important to have that in mind as well. Like I said, you cannot go wrong with this. I think anywhere between 1% and maybe up to 7 or even more. Like I said, there are situations when it could make sense to go even for higher take profits, but depends what you want to achieve and what results did you got so far with what settings, right? If people got good settings with 1.5 take profit or 3, then they will use that, right? But if you have any way to improve that, why should not try to use it if that can benefit you more in the long run? So I will go with 6.5 in this case. Here, what take profit type, and you want to use this percentage from total volume. because if you choose the first one, your take profit will be based only on your base order, not from the total volume, which means the base order plus all the others triggered safety orders. So this is important to use this. So far, I did not use trailing, so I will not use it here. Stop loss, I don't use stop loss because I will try to cover a quite large percentage of the downfall if the coin will dip so low. And I will talk about that here. Now, there are some different approaches to this. Some people run the safety order size double than this one, but I would like to have it the same size because this will allow me to run more bots. If you have enough funds, then you can double up this size right here. But in my case, I like this. Now, what is the price deviation you want to open a safety order? Percentage from initial order. So this, what is asking you here is when you want to add a new safety order. And here it is when the coin goes 1% below the base order that you placed, then it will trigger a new safety order, right? And in this case, I want to use 2.5% and max safety trades count, I want to have 20. So in this case, that means that I will have 20 safety orders, right? And the distance between two levels is going to be 2.5%. If I go back to this drawing right here, so the distance between this is 2.5%. So every time the price dips 2.5% from this level, then I will buy a new safety order size of that coin. When we get here again, when we get here again, and the take profit goes lower and lower. And because I have SO25, so I have 25 orders. That means that this coin Luna can go as low as 50%, and it is then when I will reach the bottom of my funds and I will not have more funds. You can add more to that, but I think this is quite decent balance percentage to target for, because if you go for much lower, let's say you go for 70 or 80%, then you will have a lot of money locked in this bot that won't be used because Luna won't drop to 80% or 70% so often, right? So you will lock too many funds in there, right? For me, I prefer to have 50% and have an extra bot. And if Luna goes to minus 60 or 70%, then it's fine. I will wait until it comes back and it will start again taking profit. Now, this is another very important point that I forgot to make in the beginning. Do not ever use any DCA bot on any pair you do not want to hold. Don't use it for tokens you don't want to hold it for long term. This is the biggest mistake I did when I started using this kind of bots, and I ended up selling at a loss because I ended up in coins that I did not want to hold, right? But right now I have a very selected list of tokens that I want to hold. So it doesn't matter if it goes 90%, I still want to keep that token. I don't want to sell it at a loss. So this is very, very important. I think I will also make a video about the list of tokens that I am interested in accumulating and that I am using for this purpose with DCA bots. So yeah, very, very important to keep that in mind. Now, something else, if you have this maximum safety order price deviation, you can have it lower to 30% or 20%, right? And in that way, you will hit many safety orders most of the times and you will make more profits. But what is happening there is that every time you go below that, then you will be stuck for much longer in those trades, right? And these are not actually the best settings for that approach, because in this case, I want to use even orders. So using this kind of approach, we are going to smooth out very well the price of the coin because we have very close gaps between the steps, right? And here, max active safety trades counts. This is how many orders you want for your bot to place on the exchange. So if you choose the total of them, if you choose 20 or 10, this bot is going to place 10 limit orders for the next 10 safety orders, right? And in this way, you will lock up a higher amount of money in limit orders. And you don't want to do that. For this purpose, I want to have 3 or 4 because let's say a coin drops very quickly. I want to have the orders placed, right? And 4 trades are going to cover 4 times 2.5, 10%, right? Not very often happens that a coin drops 10% in seconds, right? So the bot will have time actually to place more orders if these are filled. So yes, This is what I like here, somewhere between 3 and 5 depending on the percentage you have here. You can go also up to 10 if you are in a very volatile market and you think a crash is imminent, then you can go higher, right? And at the same time, don't have it too low, because if you have only one, then you might miss some safety orders, right? Because if the coin drops suddenly, then you will miss. The bot won't have time to place the limits for you, and yeah, then you will miss and it won't stick to the strategy. Now, the next one right here is safety order volume scale. And usually here, 1.05, it's quite decent. And this is something that also Trade Alts is using. By the way, he has very good and educational videos on this topic as well. I learned quite a lot from him, and he's using this number right here. Not only him, many people are using this. And what is this doing? It's increasing the amount of money it's using on these coins. So 1.05 means it's adding 5% more to the next order. So the safety order, I don't know if the first one has this included or not, but let's say this is by default 1.5, right? The second one is going to be $1.5 plus 5% of 1.5, and the same lower. And the reasoning behind this is that the more it buys cheaper, the more the take profit limit drops, and is going to need a lesser bounce to take that profit, right? So this is the reasoning behind, but this is not very aggressive. There are other strategies out there and other configurations that I will make other videos about in the future, where you can use this more aggressively. And this approach right here is very simple, doesn't require too much attention. Like I said, it's mostly for people that don't want to get involved too much in this. And it's very good to have something like this if you don't have too much time, like myself, if you are busy, right? And if you have more time to use, then you can go with more aggressive configurations, but that would require for you to have a much stricter risk management and to know some technical analysis, so you are able to get out from these stuck deals, because you will end up stuck in these deals for much longer periods of time, and that's definitely gonna hurt you in the long run. This is very even, don't need to think too much about it, like I said. Cool. So this is what I want to have here, 1.05. Here, safety order step scale. Here, if you want to increase the level at which the difference between the safety orders is increasing. So if you have it to 1, then you have only 2.5% between these orders. If you increase this to 2, then you cover 100% because you will have more. And if you look at this table right here, you will see the deviation is this. You'll have the first safety order at 2.5 and the next one at 7.5, not at 5, right? And then at 17.5. It scales up a lot. So for now, for this strategy, I'm using 1%. And here, advanced settings, I will not even look at it. Doesn't matter. Forget about it. Don't look there. You don't need this. Yes. And these are the settings for this bot right here. Now, when you did that, you click on create bot and you get asked if you want to start this bot or not. And I don't want to start it because I have already one started and I cannot do that with the free plan, right? So I will just click on close. And then if I look here at my bots, I will be able to see this one right here, Luna long bot. And I can click here on this eye on view and I will be able to see it. And here you have all the settings if you want to look at them. Yes, I think by far this is the simplest approach that you can have without too much involvement. Of course, the gains are limited as well because you can make much more money with more aggressive approach or with more tailored approach, but that also requires much more of your time and much more stress because you will need a large bag of money to rescue your deals where you get stuck in. So again, this is very, very, very simple. That requires very little attention. Now, if you want to be even more conservative, you can increase the number of max safety trades or the price deviation, and then you will cover more than only 50%, right? You can go for 60 or 70%, but like I said, 60 might be quite decent, but everything above 60 becomes a bit too conservative because you will lock in some money that you could use in another bot instead. Like I said, this is not financial advice. This is just my opinion on what I think is the simplest approach with the 3commas DCA bots. If you have any questions that I did not address in this video, please do not hesitate to leave me a comment and ask me about, and I'll try to help you out. Thank you for watching and see you next time.